Hey, Steven, we got to figure out an intro to the podcast.
That works.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for listening to another episode of the No Fluff MSP Marketing Podcast. I'm your host, Tahir Hamed. I'm my co-host here,
Stephen Badorf. Welcome back.
So the Some Fluff Services... Wait. Some Fluff
Marketing Podcast.
What the heck is wrong with my brain? My goodness. This is what happens when we record too early. So the Some Fluff MSP Marketing Podcast went so well last week. We're actually going to do it again. We have no agenda. We have no time. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. Relax. We did get stood up last week, so we did a Some Fluff. And I actually heard some good things about it, which was extremely surprising to me.
Good, yeah.
They're like, yeah, there was no value at all, but I enjoyed it. I'm like, okay, cool. I got it. Perfect.
We'll take it. Yeah.
We will absolutely take it. So today we're back on the grind. We got a lot of really solid podcasts coming up that I've been spending like literally months on. So they're going to be both on YouTube and podcasts because now like actually YouTube's gaining some traction. So for those that only listen or only watch, like, you know, be able to kind of help both parties. So today we're going to be going over 12 marketing myths in the MSP space. So they're things I hear a lot. We're very, lucky to talk to many MSPs in all different tracks in their journey. Some just starting out, some $10 million MSPs. Like, it's really cool just how wide of a variety of MSPs we get to talk to with doing all this different stuff.
Yeah, very interesting. I mean, as we'll talk about in this episode, how many issues cross over, or how many myths persist between completely separate areas.
True.
And cause the same downsides.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So these are kind of the ones I just hear all the time, and I want us to just like take a second, review them, understand they are myths. So if you hear yourself saying this, or you hear other people saying this, or you want to say this, like skip it. Don't give yourself an excuse. Like don't find a way around because you think this myth is true. These are totally false. Okay, so I just want to set that premise. So we're going to go over the 12 myths. We're going to break them down a little bit. We're going to try and show you how to avoid them. So hopefully it kind of shows you some good tips today. All right, the first one, and I hear this all the time, like all the time, and we need to not be this human. My website is to look professional. My website and the MSP website that I have for my MSP is to look professional. Because if I'm talking to a prospect, they're going to go to the site. The site needs to look good. It is to look professional. That is the only thing it does. Mm-hmm. I do not count on it for leads.
Yeah. It's just justifying a static site, first of all. I mean, otherwise, it's just like, I don't know. If you really want to be succeeding within your space, you have to expect and push prospects to engage with your site. You should make it something you need to engage with. I mean, I'm sure that's what you're going with too, but I don't know. It's such a vague way to be like, oh, it's to look professional. It just kind of seems like a hand wave away to like actually putting work into the website.
Yeah, it's something someone does when they haven't succeeded with their website and they go, this is my justification for paying as much as I did on the website and it having no results, is that it is to look professional. But then they say it in a way to get others to believe it. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's like if you just say it and you believe it, it's like, actually, it's not that big of a deal, whatever. But if it's the thing that people confidently tell other MSPs, so then other MSPs become complacent in that my website is to look professional. And that is not okay. That is not okay. There's a concept in jiu-jitsu, all roads lead to the back. All roads lead to the back. And that's like one of my favorite things. Like arm bars are great. Leg locks are great. Kimuras are great. So many good submissions that I love to do. But the thing I like doing more than anything else, the thing that has the highest success rate of everything else I can do in jiu-jitsu is getting to the back. And all roads, anything I am doing in jiu-jitsu against somebody, I am looking to get to the back. Why? Every other submission someone can get out of. Every other, like if you're in a tournament and you get somebody an armbar, they will let their arm hyperextend a lot of times because they'll be able to get out and have a chance of winning that, which is crazy for a $3 medal. But anyway, you get somebody's back, you get their neck, they either have to tap out or they pass out. There is no getting out of it. It is the highest success rate. That's why all roads lead to the back. Same goes for websites. all roads, and I've said it on the podcast many times, all roads lead to the website. If you're running an advertising campaign, landing page on the website. Search engine optimization, landing page or service page, industry page, home page on the website, right? You're sending a postcard, direct mail out, straight to the website. Your website should be more than just to look professional. It should be an absolute lead generator. And if it's not, it's a myth you need to dispel out of your mind and get that website creating leads for you. And don't stop until it does. That's our pledge number 1 on our 12 pledges.
Please use the 12 pledges.
Yeah.
Or download the 12
We're
pledges.
about to go a little harder than 12 pledges. Like number 1, it's like I will be found when someone searches for me in my area. Make sense? That's myth number 1. Any other points on that?
Yeah. I mean, everything that you just said. Also, just like, I mean, usually when people are like, oh, my websites just look professional, it's like, if they're putting any work in, it's all on the homepage, and then that homepage just
totally
sits.
Yep.
But like you're saying, with all roads leading to the website, like that's like creating the landing pages, filling out the about us, showing your team, like doing all these things outside of the homepage, where it's like, oh, my website's looked professional, so like, yeah, my homepage is the only thing that I've updated, but that's what people will see when they search my company. But like, no, if you're doing ads and stuff, and you're really living that philosophy of everything leading to the website, you've got to make sure other pieces, like other pages, even the contact us page, like everything needs to look how it needs to, and it needs to be built to convert rather than just sit.
Yeah. Yeah. Like your website should look professional.
Yeah, absolutely. We're not saying like look sloppy.
Yeah,
but-
exactly. It should look professional, but that's not its point. Its point is to generate leads. Looking professional is one way to build credibility and social proof before you get the lead. All right, next steps. Both these two kind of go hand in hand, but they're two separate myths. My blog is to show the prospects I'm active. That's a myth. Your blog is not to show the prospects you're active. I'm sorry. Like maybe one time in history, a prospect goes, they posted recently. They posted a blog recently.
I'm not going to read it, but
this
yeah.
is an active company that I am now going to reach out to because they posted a blog recently that I do not understand. So no, it is not. It is not that, right? It is not. It is not just to be showing the prospects that you're active. It is to drive more people to your website. So if they come in from the blog and like, oh, this is really helpful, I'm like learning something, and it's giving you authority on Google, and then they go through the rest of your site and then convert. That's a significantly higher chance of happening than like landing on the homepage and seeing that you have a blog and then wanting to convert right away, right? So perfect. Next one, auto posting blogs are better than doing nothing. So
one hurts.
we have a whole
That's a bad
episode
Yeah.
on that one.
That's an early episode, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we have a whole episode on that. So no, it is not better. I would rather you not post any blogs than doing the auto blog posting, because here's why. There's actually only one reason why. The auto posting blog gives you a feeling that you're doing something, and so it prevents the motivation of doing something useful. That's it.
Yeah, it checks off that blog
Yeah.
checkbox, so you'll never write a high value one yourself.
Yeah.
Because it's going in the background.
That's it. So those provide no value, but in turn, it actually hurts the potential value of you actually taking this seriously. Yep.
Yeah.
That's it for it. I don't know what else to say on that one.
We hate auto posting.
Yeah. I mean, straight up. All right. Here's another one. Here's number 4. I will get leads by posting on my company Facebook page or company LinkedIn page that has 70 followers. You will not. And you will not in a million years. In fact, if that has ever happened, please let me know, as I'd be extremely interested to see that.
It's also something where, like, if it was happening, it's much harder to replicate nowadays, because it seems like
Exactly.
a lot of social media platforms are like kind of nerfing the ability of company
They're
pages
totally
to
nerfing
outreach.
it.
It's all personal nowadays.
Yeah, there's only so much space, and they have to sell it to the, obviously, or to show the like personal side, like influencers or whatever, or companies willing to pay. That's it.
Yeah.
So Sonny's taking a picture, so I'm trying to act cool, but it's hard not to right now.
There are 2 cameras on us.
So, all right, cool. So that is a myth. That's not going to happen. You posting on your company page isn't going to drive the needle. Now, I will say that actually does have some value, because people do check out company pages like Instagram.
Yeah.
That does happen. So if you're posting like something on there, that actually can add credibility. blog, I don't think that's the case, but on social, that actually kind of is the case. But if you're actually trying to drive revenue and leads through social, you need to actively be increasing connections personally on your personal LinkedIn and Facebook. And then obviously, having people like your company pages is good too. It's good to have both, but it's an active process. Yep. It's not a posting process. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because, you could be posting the best stuff ever on your company page, and there's a pretty low chance it's going to grow organically, like with people following and things like that. Personal, It's completely different. Because you have your own personal network. And then it's the same thing that you've mentioned before, where it's like somebody will see a post about IT or something, and they'll go, oh, this is what you do.
Exactly.
And then you have a whole new lead who needed the service that you're providing, but they had no way of knowing that's what you did. Because they're just like, oh, he works in technology.
That's one of the biggest benefits of social media. It's like meeting real people, connecting with them, constantly educating them in an entertaining way, what you do. So you get referred more. Like that is the highest value aspect of social media for B2B and MSP, period. Good point. Here's a nice quick myth we can just like dispel right now. MSP marketing doesn't work.
Then we're in trouble. MSP camp is in trouble.
People say that all the time. There's more myths coming down that tie in. It's like, oh, MSP marketing doesn't work. It's like, no, it's very hard. There's a difference. It's a
very broad myth.
Yeah. Yeah, very broad myth.
Yeah, it doesn't really.
Oh, it doesn't work. Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah, it doesn't work. Sure.
It's not even like cold calling doesn't work. It's the whole thing doesn't work.
Yeah, because here's the reason. Like, let me take a pause. We get jaded because like I get it. I actually totally get it. A lot of vendors scream at MSPs and all the shit MSPs should be doing. I see it all the time, and it's actually like really fucking annoying.
Can you give an example?
Yeah, oh, totally. Yeah. Like every single vendor, a new compliance thing. Like you need to be selling compliance to your clients, and if you're not, you're opening the door for it. Yeah. It's like I get it on the same thing with doctors and healthcare. Like they're like, oh, why don't and we MSPs we are what's the word for it? Guilty of this too. Why don't doctors take HIPAA seriously? Like they need to take HIPAA seriously. Like what? No one takes HIPAA serious. It's like, well, yeah, the doctors are trying to doctor.
Yeah, they're doing their doctoring thing.
And healthcare is the most heavily regulated industry in America and probably other countries too. And like now we're getting mad at doctors for not also taking interest in another fucking thing that prevents them from just doing their work. Mm-hmm. That's kind of how I feel about MSPs. Like vendors are like, you need to do this, and like you need to do this, and like you need to do this. It's like, well, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
It really frustrates. I see it all the time, and like I'm in like vendor groups, and they're like just kind of talking shit on the MSP, and it's like, well, they're so lazy. It's like you're lazy.
Yeah, it's from
like
every avenue.
Yeah, it's like you're saying they're not doing this. It's like you're not doing that either. Like you say MSPs don't know how to market their business. Bro, you're a $500,000 company complaining that a $3 million company doesn't know how to market their business. Like, shut up. Right?
Yeah.
Like, so why am I going that giant rant? It's because like
he's angry.
I mean, well, one, it's very frustrating. I mean, it's legitimately frustrating. But two, that is why I think a lot of MSPs are like marketing doesn't work, because they've heard these things from agencies like, oh, look at this awesome system. And then like that agency will implement the system, and then like the MSP doesn't grow, and they're like, wow, MSP marketing doesn't work. And it's like, well, no, it's because like that agency may have failed you, or like a company may have failed you, but I can assure you MSP marketing works. And how do we know that? Because we were the marketing for a fast growing MSP that was growing off of marketing.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have cold callers, right? We didn't get to 5 million off referrals, right? Like we were marketing heavily in our local community, which add millions and millions of dollars to an MSP. So like it works, I promise. Like we're a firsthand like example of this. We support a ton of MSPs now, and they're all growing from marketing. Like marketing works. It's just hard. It's just hard.
Yep.
It's a tough thing to do. So like you have to be dedicated. You can't just hire another company to do it for you. Like you hire another company to help you, but if you're not like actively involved in the marketing, yeah, you're right. Actually, it doesn't work. So that's the myth. Any thoughts on that?
No, nailed it.
Cool. Oh, this is one of my favorites. And I'm actually proud of the MSP that goes through this and realizes it's a myth, because it's like, cool, you're maturing. Just get me in the meeting. Get me in that meeting, and I'm a slay. Sonny's rubbing off on me with all this Gen Z terminology. Get me in that meeting. Get me at the table right now. Put that prospect across from me, and I'm going to slay that deal right now. They're going to sign it. with their blood, and I'm going to come back with a big deal every time you put me in front of somebody.
I'm kind of curious, is the assumption on that like they won't need to bring any collateral or anything? Like it's just like their skills that would get somebody to close? Gotcha.
And why? Yeah. Well, you've heard this. You know it. We're growing off referrals. I did a podcast way back in the day on the lead pyramid. It's like the best leads are referrals. Why? The social proof involved. Oh, I just got referred from a client. The client's already happy with me. Mm-hmm. You know, they're referring their friend. Their friend's like, sure, you sound good. Fine, let's like do this. I'm struggling with IT. And then like the one under that is inbound. So if somebody's like actively searching, either they come in through Google Ads or SEO, like they're a little bit warmer. So those close pretty good too. But then you start, once the MSP actually starts getting like a marketing engine, we're like, oh, people are coming in from direct mail. They're coming from meta ads. They're coming in from cold calling. They're coming in from cold email. Like they're coming in these different avenues of the marketing matrix, and they realize, oh shit, I suck at sales.
Yeah. Because a lot of those times the referrals, I mean, are basically closed at the point that you decide you're going to the meeting, right?
What do you mean?
Like if you're having like somebody come in for a referral, like a referral is coming in, they want to sign up with the MSP, like you don't even need to have a meeting. They basically already agreed in their head. There's no other point to it. Yeah.
Which is kind of how I am.
Yeah.
Like the ads guy I hired was just like, oh, okay, like this company I know is doing really well is like using this person. Mm-hmm. I just want to do that. He didn't need to sell me.
Yeah.
You know? But if I saw his ad on Meta and I was like, oh, this sounds interesting, I might book a call with
There's
him.
much more. Yeah.
Right. But it's like, okay, now I need to like, do you have a lot of social proof? What does your website look like? Like, do I trust you? Do I like you? Like, is your process on point? Like, all that has to happen.
Gotcha. Yeah.
All of that has to happen and move me into a buying decision.
They're not really like pre-qualifying, because inbound, obviously you're pre-qualifying yourself before the call and learning the things. But like somebody coming in just from an ad might know nothing. They know that you're an MSP.
That's the best way to put it. They're pre-qualifying themselves. They're in market for that thing. Mm-hmm. We don't have to convince them they need the thing. They already know that they need the thing.
Yep.
Where when we talk about expanding the marketing matrix, like that's the best place. That's where I put 90% of my effort is like that warm area, because I don't want to have to spend a lot of money on sales. But as you kind of tap that out, you do have to start adding in these other areas. Mm-hmm. And that's when you start realizing, oh, I don't slay every time I'm in front of somebody. You realize it pretty quickly. And I see it happen all the time with MSP owners and even MSP salespeople who have been kind of growing off referrals. And I say, look, this is a good thing. This is a myth you've now discovered is a myth. And now you get to hone your skills. You do get that physical presentation folder that you've had at MSP camp for years and you've never printed out. Well, now you do print it out, right? You refine your process. You find true differentiators. You realize how you take someone from cold to close, right? Mm-hmm. So that's a myth that it's always good when someone figures it out.
Yeah.
Make sense?
As long as they figure it out, right?
As long as they figure it out. All right, cool. Halfway through, stick with me, please. Let's keep going. Next one, this one's super easy. X doesn't work. So that's a myth. Fill in X and it will work.
Yeah.
Like I'll go as crazy to say like, oh, sign spinning for MSPs doesn't work. You know what? I bet I can make that work.
We haven't tried it, but who knows?
I bet if I hired somebody, I said, all right, you're going to be sign spinning for Alltech in Lakeland, put their ass in a chicken suit or whatever. I bet we can make that work. Now, I'm not going to do that because then you have to look at opportunity costs. If I'm spending $4,000 for a salary of somebody spinning a sign, I could spend that elsewhere. But my point is, it's not that it doesn't work. We can make anything work. If it is a marketing strategy, it can work in the MSP space. Like, give me any of them and we can make it work. But there's just a larger discussion of, okay, well, where should I put my dollars and time?
Yeah.
But everything works. Cool. So if you're really interested in something like video marketing or whatever, it works. You just gotta go in.
It's all the effort. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
you can't be a white belt of a bunch of stuff and say it doesn't work. Anything on that? All right. Good. We're moving. We're making progress. All right. My market is different.
Huh.
Man, I hear that one all the time. Yeah. Nah, my market's different. I can't get $150 user in this market. Now, my market cares. They're a lot more professional. They wouldn't like your like weird, quirky content. Like my market is different. Your market's not that different, I promise. Your market's not that different. Your vertical might be different. Like if you're going after specific verticals, yeah, they're going to be different. Like there's nuance there. But your market, the city your business is in is not different from other cities. Like there's some differences, but let's not make that an excuse as to why we haven't raised our prices. Let's not make that an excuse why we haven't been invested in SEO. Let's not make that an excuse for why we're not marketing. That's why I list this as a myth.
Yep.
All right. Anything else?
Keep on going.
All right. We're on a roll here. I like this one. I'm going to send out a postcard once and I'm going to get leads. Look, anything with B2B marketing, especially in the MSP space, one of the hardest industries to market for. And I know that because I've marketed a ton of different industries. You can't just do one thing almost ever.
That would be great if you could send a postcard with wheels on.
Oh my God, it'd be amazing. No,
it's all in the follow-up.
It's all in the follow-up. If you're going to be sending postcards, it needs to be part of an ongoing campaign every month to the same list. And ideally, in an ideal world, you are calling that list, following up the thing that was just delivered. Makes it easier to get to the gatekeeper. So why wouldn't I just call? Why would I need to send the postcard and the call? Well, when you send them something, now you have a reason to get through the gatekeeper, right? It increases connection rate, and you see that in the data. It increases how many times you can actually connect with the decision maker. So that's why it's worth paying the extra 70 cents to get something in that person's hand before calling.
Yeah, it'd be as ridiculous as just sending one email and then that's it. Yeah, like
I had an MSP hit me up about that. They're like, hey, I have a chamber list. We need leads. So I think we're going to just blast off an email to these people. I'm like, bro, don't do that. That's not marketing, man. That's just, come on.
No matter how strong that email is, if it's just the one touch point, it's in and out.
Unless the offer is insane, like, hey, a free year of IT services, then you're going to get responses, but you can't back that up. Yeah. You know, I mean, you can get a response, but it's like, you know,
it's got to be ludicrous. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be ludicrous. All right, cool. Next one, another one I really like. I guess I saved some meat there for the bottom. Good. I hope this is keeping you engaged because we're getting into some good stuff.
Podcast will be an hour.
Yes, we'll make sure of it. No, just kidding. Don't leave.
Well, they'll be able to see.
Here's one I see all the time. We got to stop this myth. We're different.
Just in general. So not their market, just they are different.
As an MSP. We're different. We are so different. Like, we're like the differentest ever. Dude, awesome. How are you different? Pfft. We have the best customer service, like, ever. We're so good at customer service. Like, we do cybersecurity really well too. And we have a help desk and we do backups. And they're not tape backups. They're like multiple backups of like somebody's data. And we have an office. Collectively, we have 100 years of experience. Really cool logo. Our website's not good, but like, it's fine.
It's to look professional. Yeah.
It's to look professional. We have a lot of good stock photos that make us look professional in there. We employ a network engineer and a proactive person. Yeah, they do desktop stuff every now and then too, but mostly they do like proactive stuff for our members. And we also sell other things. Like we can like install VoIP for you. We can pull internet options for you. We have an MDR. It's called Managed Detection and Response, and it's like super cool. We put on all of your computers, and like it'll actually alert us when there's an issue, and then we may or may not actually respond to those alerts, but at least we're getting paid from you every month on those tools, right? We have a customer portal that really is very bad, but it has our branding on it. So it has like our colors and then like our logo on it. And then in addition to all of that differentiators, we can respond to a ticket within 4 hours. Like if you put a ticket in within, so that's 240 minutes, like 240 minutes or less. Like we're probably going to respond to you. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like maybe not, but probably we're going to respond to you. And then it will be resolved within 48 hours. So like 48 hours times 60 minutes, like, you know, that's like 200, like 2,400 minutes or something like that. We're going to have your problem that you have as a company resolved within that many thousands of minutes.
Probably.
But I mean, most likely we're going to do all of that for you. Right. And then we're not honestly going to give you reports. Like, I'm just going to be honest with you. We're not going to, but like, you're not going to read them anywhere. You don't care about any of that. So anyway, we do all of that as a company.
I know. Where do I sign?
Yeah. Like all of that. Is that exciting to you? Like, and then we charge the same as the company that just came in and blew you away with things that are actually different. Can you sign, please? Sign here because we're different. Did any of that sound different to you?
There's some improv right there.
But did any of that sound different? Like I had to go long on that because it's like, wait a minute. Oh shit. I hope there's some people in there that are like, oh no.
Yeah, there are some that you can fool yourself into thinking are different too. If you're not hearing it from other people. Like, oh, we sell VoIP. But like that's happening.
And no matter how excited you say the thing you're excited about, I'm sorry. It's not different. And it's not going to perk up the ears of the person you're trying to charge $150 a user when your competition is coming in with a much more streamlined process and real differentiators. There's a whole episode on finding your differentiator. Go listen to that episode, please. But rapid fire, what are some real differentiators that I've heard recently? Respond in 1 minute or less. If you can actually say you will respond to a ticket in 1 minute or less, you will close more deals. And I was talking to Lyle. That's literally what they do.
Interesting.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, cool. That's a differentiator. Like now you have a differentiator. How many listening to it right now can say that? Almost nobody listening to this right now can say that on their website and be honest about it. Okay, that's a differentiator. One-stop shop. That's another client. They are truly a one-stop shop. They do copier, they do the cabling, they do the security cameras, they do the MSP, they do the cybersecurity.
Gotcha.
They do every true one-stop shop. You can argue all you want where, hey, it's impossible to do all that stuff and like they're probably not doing good at each of those things. Cool, I hear what you're saying. I don't care, and the prospect doesn't care. So like just stop. Again, those are excuses. If you're a one-stop shop company and you can actually do all of this under one roof, yeah. Not only is that a differentiator in that like the prospect actually cares about that, because I know I care about that, but you have a massive advantage in that you can just constantly cross leads. Oh, someone came in from our cabling job and it wasn't a subcontract. It was actually us doing it. And like now I can feed that lead to this and like, oh, we actually do the VoIP system. We don't just resell Jive or whatever. Like, okay, cool. Now you have like this network of leads that you can continue feed into all the other pieces. That's a true differentiator. If I was an MSP, I would do this. All new hardware when you sign up.
Oh, a fresh reset. I like that.
Yeah, fresh reset, right? Like there's so many companies that like they have these old antiquated computers or whatever. It's like, hey, you signed a 3-year contract. I'm coming in and I'm replacing everything. I mean, everything based on their role. I'm going to get you the widescreen monitors. I'm going to get you all set up because what does that do? Not only are they excited and they're going to sign the deal, it's going to make our support tickets go down over the 3-year contract. It will literally pay for itself. And no, I'm not going to just bake it into the agreement. I'm just going to bake it into the agreement. It's like, well, I mean, I guess you need to make sure your agreement is priced correctly to where you're not going to lose money. But like, how much is a computer nowadays at our cost? It's like $600. Whatever. How much? Okay, a whole setup's $1,000 per user. Okay, cool. Let's say it's 20 users. That's $20,000 that we are putting into that new company. All right, great. But now there's probably $20,000 in less in support tickets we're going to have over those 3 years.
Yeah.
And like you're guaranteed to sign the deal. So it's like, that is a differentiator. That's a true offer. And us as MSPs, we're scared to do that. 'Cause it's like, well, I don't know. But it's like, how much does it actually cost to acquire a new client that has 20 seats? It's pretty expensive. If we can make it easier by giving away a hell of a carrot, then yeah, I'm willing to do that. That's a differentiator. You may not be willing to do that. I get it. No worries. I'm just saying that would be a differentiator.
That's why it's a differentiator. Yeah.
I see MSPs do this. I love this too. And I would probably do this. In fact, I'm seriously, not to go on a rant here. I feel like I'm talking too much, Stephen. Are you wanting to get in here?
I'll add my points at the end of this section.
All right. Sorry. I love this. And I'm seriously, not to go on a rant too much, but I'm pretty damn close into buying into an MSP. I mean, I'm like really close at this point because I'm like, man, the vast majority of MSPs are not growing correctly. And I might just say, look, if you're an MSP sub $1 million and you have big goals and you got operations on point, I'll do your business development. I'll buy 20% of your company. I will grow your company. I want to have nothing to do with operations. I want to have nothing to do with your clients. I want to have nothing to do with your team. I will just put the marketing in place to grow it. So I don't have anything that works there. That may never happen, but like I want to do that just to show everybody like, okay, we say shit doesn't work. Here we go. We're going to take this company that's X amount and I'm going to show you guys step by step and process by process how we're doing it, what's going on, where they're at, what's the process. Like, because one, I just think that would be super fun, but two, it'll show the listeners, it'll show the members like this is how you can do it.
Study.
Yeah, it'd be like the ultimate case study. Like so. Anyway, because I mean, obviously we have clients that we do that for, and they're getting great results, and like those are good case studies. But it's like kind of different when you're like an equity partner in a business.
Put the money where your mouth is.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. You're putting the money where your mouth is, and you're like, all right, let's go. All right. Anyway, my bad. Rant. Back to the other differentiator. Technician on site once a month. Nice. I love this. Like you got a VIP client, they pay you $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month. Yeah, every single month. I'm going to have a technician there all day. They're not going to do any other tickets. They're documenting networks. They're talking to decision makers. They're any of those projects that have been we've been wanting to do, but we haven't do, like labeling and putting our contact stickers on all the computers and like making sure we're looking at wiring and like, is everybody's desk cabling on point? Does everybody have our mouse pads? Is there anything that we're seeing operationally that these teams are doing that's kind of silly? Like, deep dive. And then once a month, our logo's walking in to that office. I'd probably send, some of our best people to do that with our VIPs and just showing face. Because if they ever leave, there's no way they're going to get that level of attention to detail and they're going to miss it. And they're going to be willing to pay a premium knowing that that's coming every single month. And it's actually helpful to their business because it drives real operational change. That's not fluff. That's not marketing talk. That's real talk. And I would probably add that bad boy in.
I'm kind of curious. So how often would a technician usually be going on site to a
almost never
MSP? Really?
Almost
would
never.
it be like per like if there's an actual like emergency type thing? But
like,
never.
How many times has Altec been here?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, right. They came in to install the hardware or the stuff,
Gotcha.
and then what am I doing?
up,
I'm constantly tinkering with laptops and tinkering with monitors, and I'm a business owner of a small company, so it don't matter. But if I was bigger and I just had somebody that's going to come fix all this stuff for me once a month, show face, that'd be great. Now we're too small for that to be a thing for us, but as you get larger,
No, absolutely. Cool. Yeah, I mean, all great points. I don't know. Do you have anything else to cover on those differentiators?
No, we got two more myths. So anything on this so far?
I was just gonna say, I mean, like a great differentiator in my mind too is just where it's like you say it to a prospect or a client or somebody, and like they're kind of taken it back for a second, like they're surprised by it, but then you actually back it up. Because I feel like a lot of times, like you could say like, we respond in 1 minute, we respond in 2 minutes and stuff, but like the second that you don't back that up, the whole differentiator is probably like just tossed out sort of thing. So it's really something where like, like it has to be set up organizationally where you can complete these differentiators. Like if you're a one-stop shop and you say, oh, we can't do this thing, then you've obviously like completely dispelled your own differentiator.
Yeah.
But being able to back up the ones that just sound a little bit crazy, I mean, there's a ton of value in that. And not every MSP will be able to do it or it wouldn't be a differentiator. So,
dude, I'm so glad you said that because this is something I need us all to hear. There's something that we're all obsessed with offers, right? I think businesses are obsessed with offers. The thing that nobody quotes when they talk about Alex Hormozi's $100 million offers. I'm actually flying to Vegas Sunday to go to his headquarters.
It's Sunday. Wow.
Yeah.
That's soon.
But the thing that nobody seems to quote, they all quote the offer and all of the things around the offer. Like that's what they quote all the time. It's like, man, if I could just figure out the words to say to get somebody in, I will win. Here's the thing that nobody talks about when they're talking about the $100 million offer and how to do a right offer is how much Alex Hormozi stresses in the book, how good of a business you have to have. Like, why are the offers great? Because we're saying, and some of the offers he did with Gym Launch is like, we're going to grow your business X amount within 90 days or you get your money back. We're going to respond within 1 minute or you get your money back. Like what makes the offer incredible is the operations and the wonderful business behind the offer. Nobody talks about that because it's not exciting.
That's where all the work is.
That's where the work is. It's not as exciting to talk about. It's exciting to talk about getting the words right on the offer to close more deals. It's not all of the back end and operations and getting things on point to actually have a Grand Slam offer. And he talks about it ad nauseum in the book. So it's not like he avoids that topic.
Yeah,
he talks about it. It's just everybody else talks about like, oh yeah, if you like do time sensitivity and like urgency and like a guarantee and bonuses, like now we're gonna win. It's like cool, But if there's no exciting offer behind it, no operational efficiency, nothing that makes you cheaper, faster, or better on the ops side, you are not going to come up with an offer that's going to work, period.
Yeah. Or if you get them in, they're going to find out quickly that you were just BSing them.
Exactly.
Then you're at a bad point.
I'm so glad you said that point, because that's exactly right. Like, you can have an amazing offer, but if you can't back it up, they're out.
Yeah.
They're out. All right, cool. 2 more things and then we'll wrap up. Sorry, y'all. I'm going to piss a couple people off here. I see this all the time, and this is mostly a myth. Be the best company you can be and you'll grow. Be the best company you can be and you'll grow. And this is why it's mostly a myth, because that is true. Like, you could be such a great company that, like, you just get wonderful referrals and, like, you just grow organically a healthy amount. But this is what I'm going to say here. And this is how I'm going to end this point before we move on to the next one, unless you have something to say.
Yeah, you got it.
I've seen way more MSPs, and I talked to hundreds. I've seen way more MSPs excellent at operations and wonderful business that were small than MSPs excellent at marketing and small. That's just the truth. I've seen way more MSPs that are just, man, everything's on point. Their processes, everything's streamlined, automated, beautiful, probably highly profitable, but small. Mm-hmm. I've seen MSPs that are a train wreck, but they're excellent at marketing, and the owner's very rich. Now, ideally, we can do both. What we want to do is both, excellent operations and excellent marketing. But you cannot have a myth of, if I'm just really good at operations and service delivery, I'm going to get to my goals. If you can't control the outcome of your goals, which only happens with marketing and sales, then that's why that's a myth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it kind of caps your potential.
100%. 100%. So that's why, sorry, I had to add it in here, because it's a myth I hear all the time, and we need to kind of get rid of that one too. And here's the other thing about a lot of these myths, and it's another thing I've seen all the time. People are dedicated to them until they're not. People are dedicated to the myths they believe in until they're not. And I've seen this so many times. So I've seen MSPs that were excellent at operations and had this myth in their mind. I helped them learn how to market their business. They start growing off marketing. That myth is gone. It's gone. They still care about operations. They're still going to put time and effort into it. But as soon as they see an alternative, as business owners, we understand we have to be flexible, or even any employee in general, you have to be flexible. So as soon as they see, oh, wait, there's a different, better path, boom, myth gone. As soon as they say MSP marketing doesn't work, as soon as they start doing marketing, it's working, boom, myth gone.
Yeah, it's the same as the differentiator thing. As soon as you don't respond in 1 minute, you've ruined a differentiator. As soon as cold calling does work, then you don't believe that ever again.
Exactly.
Because it's already happened once, and that's all you need.
Exactly. Yeah. So even if you do not believe me believe us on this podcast, that's fine. I pray that you find a myth-busting moment for each of these. Maybe not even for each of them. It only will take a couple, actually, for you to grow your business. My website is to look professional. I will die on that hill until I won't, until I get a lead from my website. And now that myth is not only something I need to not be convinced of moving away from, I'm happily moving in the other direction. So even now, if you believe these myths and you're somebody that explains these myths, that's fine. You may not be convinced in this podcast. I just pray you get convinced by something that happens, giving you results, and make these myths go away for good. You'll be better off. Your business will be better off. Your people will be better off. Your life will be better off.
Very true.
That's it.
All right, final myth.
Final myth.
Drum roll.
Competition is fierce, so it's going to be harder to grow my business. Listen, I hear that all the time. All the time. We have so many MSPs in our area now. There's 100 MSPs around me. I already wasn't growing from marketing. This is going to make it even harder. I should quit now. The fact that there's more MSPs in your area is a good thing. It means there's a market. They're getting clients. Great. That means there's more clients in the market for you to get. Period. 5% MSPs are actually doing marketing on a consistent basis that are actually only 5%. Only 5%. So you have 100 in the market, great. There's 5 you're competing with. Everyone else, you get to eat their lunch. Everyone else, you get to eat their lunch.
Yeah, show up to a client meeting and blow them away compared to the other competition with a sales folder custom created. Because how many times do you think somebody's just doing that naturally within the MSP space?
No, zero.
Yeah.
Zero. I mean, we were in a room of 200 MSPs, 6 people raised their hand.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sad.
So don't worry about competition. I mean, you should worry about what they're doing, how to adapt. Obviously it's very important to understand what your competitors are, but don't worry it in like a threatening, I can't grow my business sense. No, don't worry about that, especially in the MSP space. When I started at Alltech, almost every deal we closed early on, we were the first MSP they'd ever had. It was the first time they were going into this model. By the time I left, maybe not 100, 95% of the clients that I brought on, I was stealing from another MSP. That is the world we live in today, whether you like it or not. And you're either taking the clients or you're getting clients taken from you, period. That's it. And I know we don't want to talk shit on our competitors. We want everybody to win and da-da-da-da-da-da. But this is business. And there's almost nothing in the world that's more Darwinism and dog eat dog than business. So just got to get over that mindset. You're in a competitive environment and you got to compete. And what does that mean? More money, more clients, better team. Here's the other thing. If you got bad people on your team, you need to think of your team like a pack of wolves or a professional sports team. Are you going to win the Super Bowl? I'm so bad at sports. I'm trying to remember.
I'm listening now. You're
so
going
bad
to
at
do this.
sports. But like, are you going to win the Super Bowl if like most of your people on your team are great and then like a few of them like just can't catch the ball? No. So you got to have A players on your team. Like you got to make sure your team can go to the Super Bowl. If not, you're going to lose. Period. So if you got dead weight, cut it. If you're in Darwinism and there are other packs of wolves in your area, like, do you want the wolves on your team that can make sure you dominate the area?
The wolves on your football team.
The wolves,
you like combine them now. Are you going to win the Super Bowl with your pack of wolves? No.
No, you're not. Or maybe because they can bite the other team players. Darwinism.
Now I understand.
So it's like that's literally how it is, and that's how it is with marketing. Like Dan Kennedy, I think it's Dan Kennedy. His whole thing is like whoever can outspend in marketing wins, right? Because they have the biggest competitive advantage. And what that means, like you got to know your numbers. You got to make sure, okay, I know how much it's going to cost to acquire my company. I'm willing to spend X amount to get a new client. And like I can crank that up as high as I can because I know my competitors don't know their numbers as well. And they're not willing to spend as much, which means over time I win. All right.
That was 12 myths.
Oh, I thought you said 12 minutes. I was like, really?
Yeah.
Apparently longer than that. So that was the 12 myths. If you find yourself in this type of mindset or any of these 12, hey, you know what? No worries. I hope you can kind of get out of it. And I hope you have moments that get you out of it. Because when you're out of it, you're out of it.
Yeah. That's the best thing. They're not like set myths. Yeah. It's very easy to move on and start disproving them. Yeah.
100%. Steve, anything from you before we wrap up?
All good. It's a fun episode. I liked it.
Yeah, this was good. I hope this is helpful to you guys. Lots and lots of really good episodes on the way. If you're an MSP Camp member, the gamification of the site is about to launch end this month, early June.
Long time coming.
Long time coming, and it's going to be awesome. So thank you to everyone that kind of submitted for that, lifetime offer that has really helped us to kind of fund this as well as phase 3. So really appreciate it. It's going to be super dope. Like, oh, I get it. You remember, like, why would I care about gamification? I care about content and results. Great. Like gamification is proven to get people more engaged with platforms, which in turn, like a platform like ours that's around growing businesses will mean you grow your business more.
Yep.
And like I said in my post last week, mark my words, in a year from now, those on the leaderboards right? A year from now, the people that have had the most activity, they're on the leaderboards for all the other members to see. Those are the ones that will be crushing it, growing their business. I promise, because there's a direct correlation to activity on MSP Camp and results for your MSP. We'll actually be able to quantify that now. So mark my words, that is coming. And that is why we're willing to spend such a massive investment to get this done, even though it may seem like it doesn't provide much value to you. I promise you, if you take it seriously, it will.
And it's fun to have an XP bar.
It is fun to have an XP bar, right? And all these little awards and points, levels, badges, additional access. So like if you level up, here's the thing. All right, while we're still here, while we're still here, if you're still here, you're obviously an engaged person, which is great. We used to do like on the onboarding, if a leader member came in, we would ship them like the leader box, right? And what I realized, it's like, they don't deserve that. And like, what do I mean by that? It's like, okay, cool. Just because you bought a thing, you should be given a thing. It's like, no, I don't like that anymore. So what we're doing is we're switching it. Like you can come in at Scout Plus, Leader, whatever. What's going to matter, and when we start shipping you things, is your activity level. And it literally cannot be bought. Like some of the access you're going to get as you level up cannot be purchased. Like even if someone to say, hey, I'll give you $10,000 to be a camp legend right now so I can get all this other access, the answer is no. The answer is no. The only way that you can get to that is through activity. Why do I say that? Because I know if you're the kind of person that can be active on the platform for quarters after quarter, and you know, we literally made it where someone can't even be a camp legend for a year minimum. It means that you know how we do things. You know how to get results for your marketing. You're ready for the next step. You're ready for the access we're going to give you. You're ready for that pre-day ScaleCon event where we get all our camp legends together and literally go deep, because we know we can deep. We don't have to go high level. We don't have to keep it high level. We can go deep because you're someone that's highly engaged.
You're pre-qualified.
You're pre-qualified.
Yeah, exactly.
That's another reason why on the inbound package now, we don't even take sales calls unless you're a current MSP Camp member. If you're not a current MSP Camp member, you cannot even sign up for a website. You cannot even sign up for social media management. You cannot even sign up for our inbound package. Why do I do that? Like, I don't want to have to convince you about what we're doing. I don't want to jump on a call with you. I'm the busy ass owner of a fast growing company. Like, nah, you want to do this? Awesome. Start it at Scout Plus. Make sure you see our content. Make sure you join some calls. Make sure you see how we do things. And if you like it, then you can move up. If you don't like it, cancel and get out. No worries. It's not going to hurt our feelings either way. This is just how we do it, and it gets results. Do you like that? Or do you want to go with someone else that also gets results? There's lots of ways to get results. This is our way. Back to Andrew Guard's podcast. This is our way to cook chicken. This is how we cook chicken. Do you like chicken like this? And that's it. Yeah. That's why we do that, right? And so, you know, part of kind of understanding your ideal customer profile, our ideal customer profile is someone that consumes our content.
Yep.
And then they come in as a member. They like that. They're using that. They want to get more. They move up to leader. They like that. They use that. They want to get more. They add social media management. They want that. They like that. They might have us do their website. By that point, they're already $800 a month in with us. They've liked every step of the way. Now they're like, cool, let's move to that $2,500 a month thing. Okay, cool. We like that too. Now we're planning our $4,500 a month package, which is like way more robust and has all of the things, you know. And if we can do a great enough job with the 2,500 and people are like, hey, we really love this. Cool. Let's move you up to the next one. Because each step of the ladder has been a win for our clients. That's the whole goal. That's the purpose. Our vision is grow by growth. That is our mission is grow by growth. That is literally the mission of our company.
It's on our core value wall.
Yeah, it's literally there. It's like, how do we grow as a company? Not through excellent marketing, which we happen to do a pretty good job at too.
We better.
Yeah, we better. Exactly. We want to grow because our clients are growing. That's it.
Yeah.
If that could be our mission statement, then everything we do is going to align with that. Like, hey, do we think this thing is going to help our clients grow more? Yes, then we should do it. Then we should do that. That's it.
Yeah. I'm so excited for gamification.
Me too.
I'm excited to see it on the site. Yeah.
Bro, it's already looking beautiful. Obviously, because Steven's hand is in it.
Thanks, Tar.
No, seriously. Like every time I look at it, I'm just like, man, this is so dope.
It does look great on the actual back end. And plus the dev team is just doing a great job.
And like the custom content we're doing, like I just love when people are like, this looks amazing. Like they'll send us this like piece of shit. They're like, here's my trifold. I'm like, oh no, this looks horrible. And like, it's funny. Like sometimes I won't even charge them. Like they'll send me an email with what they're about to send out to 1,000 people. And I'm like, I just copy Steven. I'm like, hey, Steven, can you just like redo this real quick? And like the next day, Steven sends like the updated thing over, and it makes me very happy. All right, y'all. Damn, 15 minutes in.
Yeah, only a little bit of fluff at the end. There's like 5 minutes of fluff.
I don't think it's fluff though.
Okay.
I don't think so. It might be fluff.
Yeah.
All right, comment if it's fluff. All right.
Those assholes. If it's fluff.
I guess just me. All right, we'll just rename the whole show to some fluff.
5 minutes of fluff.
5 minutes of fluff services.
45 minutes of pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. I hope that was helpful.
Thanks as always.
For the 4 people that are still in the episode this far in, appreciate you. And we'll see you guys on the next one.
Yep. See ya.
Bye.
Do-do-do.